welcome everyone, and today I'm going to do a little live match, not like a normal ones from our members, but just a little GoPro, a couple of updates, what we're going through. So I'll spin you around now. We've actually drawn Pig 21 on Canal, so if anyone knows it's on the, like a point. Now this is the arm here. Normally there's a lot of carp core there, but we're on this point bit and it's quite shallow actually. It's like a plateau that comes along here, drops off a little bit and then comes up, and then we've got like the old lily pad sort of thing here that's in front of peg 8 and 23, but that's like our peg there. So what I've done is I've set up 3 maggot lines, one to my right, one in front of me, and one like halfway down the rope, just on red maggots. And then what I'm going to do, because it's a new stocky fish, got to the aerator there, got a pellet line there, and I've got a pellet line, I can't remember what the other one is, in front of me I think. So I've got a couple of lines, so all I'm going to do is feed a bit of crushed expander on that, and either tap some micros in, or some soft 4 mils which I've got here, and it's a little expander on the hook. So bait tray is quite simple, but that's how I'm going to tack it now. Starting off, I think I'm just going to dab a little bit of bread around, just to let my peg settle a little bit, see what goes on. But other than that, I think we're going to get going now. We're about I don't know, 5 minutes before the all in, so I'll grab a rig just to see. Now this is my pellet rig, so got a pellet rig, I've got 4x14, I can't even get it right there. 4x14 F1 pellet, 9 jaw slip there. And it's got a nice positive shotting pattern, just strung bulk, inch apart. So that's my little rig. That's going to be the main line towards the aerator. A lot of fish get caught here, but obviously because there's a rope, I can't really fish that way, so that's where I'm going to fish, the limiting peg there. But I am looking forward to it because it's been warm the past 2 days or so. It's Christmas Eve today, and it's warm, just to see him in a jumper. So hopefully there's some fish come onto the shell a bit. It's nice and shallow, it's probably about 4 foot, so it's a nice depth to catch the fish in. So we've got like loads of options, so we should have a good match. So I'll catch up with you in the match. Right, so we're just over 2 hours into the match now, and it's going alright. We've got 8 big ones, and about 5 or 6 stockies, but I started on pellets thinking I catch a few stockies, and it's not really gone that to plan. So what I've just done now, just gone on maggot into the it's like an old lily pad around this area. So I've run my plummet through, found that, and then literally now just tapping in some maggots. Like 2 big F1s off that area, so it's weird. I think like today there's not many of them smaller fish feeding, or maybe they're not in the area. But Steve next to me caught a few small ones early, but he's slowed up now. But the size I've been catching have been nice ones, like £1.5 to £3. Now one thing I've done as well, on the aerator I fed pellets. Now it was okay, it was good, but it wasn't, don't feel like it's going to be quick enough later on in the match. There's a few people catching, so we're going to need a big weight today. We're going to need 60-70 pound, so we're going to need to run these bigger fish. What I've done is I've changed that to maggots. So now I've basically got like 4 maggot lines on the go. Got one here in this like shallow bit where the lily pad sort of area is, that holds a lot of fish. Got one to the aerator, which I've just recently fed. And also I've got one just off the bank, well, just on an angle like 10 o'clock into the bowl sort of thing. Same depth as this, and then obviously because it's the same depth near enough everywhere on this plateau, it's the same depth short as well. I've been throwing short, hopefully we can catch a few later on there. I think the main 2 lines are going to be this one and the lily pads sort of area, and then to the aerator. I think I did notice about the aerator, there's more bigger fish than stockies, so that's why I've just changed it. Just went on this line literally just like 10 minutes ago, and had 2 decent fish, one after the other. And all I've done there is just, went under there. All I've done there is just potted it every 40 minutes. Just gone on it and just fed like 10 to 15. Just then flip my rig over the top, but getting a few signs there, so it's good sign. You get a lot of your bites as the rig settles, or 2 or 3 minutes after, when it's just settled down and there's been a few fish coming your peg. But there's fish there, everyone's getting bites. Northern peg 6 is catching quite well. I think he's just fishing maggots. Not sure what he's catching. If it's bigger ones or smaller ones or a mixture of both. But it's a bit weird. It seems like a smaller one. So strange, I thought. I know they've, on peg 20, which is to my left, like in that arm bit, they've been catching a few stockies on that peg. And it is a good peg for bigger fish. So when I started on pellets, just didn't get really the signs you do when you got them smaller fish in your peg. I just caught an odd fish, like probably caught like 8 fish on them, 10 fish on pellets, but most of them have been big, which I'm not moaning at, but just thought I can get a better run on them later on maggots. Pellets are brilliant to start with, but don't really want to be fishing them later on in the match. People start catching on maggots, they can catch a lot quicker, and because it's quite far away, it's like 40 metres into that channel, you do catch a few fish off the bottom, like 3 foot deep shallow. Sounds crazy this time of year saying that, but actually it does happen at this venue. So just give yourself the option of catching, say, 10 on that line later on, which can be anything from 20 to 30 pounds depending on size. It's interesting. I thought a lot of people catch a few more some newer fish, but Steve's catching the odd one, but they're not racking them up. The only person that's really catching them well is a peg 6, but he's the only one I'd say catching really, like, better. Yeah, there's stocky ones, but generally don't think they're in the peg. Double on still? Yeah. Literally just tapping in about 10 or 20, small pot. Just loose feeding that short all the time. Normally trigger like little response, just feeding again. We had some signs there, a couple of signs, and then we did have a bite. So it is interesting. Might have to be a bit more patient than normal, because maybe there's a few more bigger fish in the peg than smaller ones. Just got to remember that I'm not trying to fish my peg to try and catch small ones when I don't feel like as many. There's the odd one about, but They've generally been like around the bridge sort of area. 23. Don't think they've been in peg 6, but obviously there's a few there today. And then in the arm behind me, there's peg 20, but they might come late, they might have moved around, I'm not really sure yet. Persevere with this. That was a good bite then. Is noticeable that, like, even say like Wendy's next to me, peg 19 in that arm, she's not really caught any stockies, so it's just making me think, right, don't get me wrong, we're not catching, we've probably got like 25 pounds, I'm going to say 24, 25 pounds, so we're not catching. Here's the little stocky one, I think. Feed in the net, keep rotating lines. That's going to be just, yeah, small. And that's going to be the key. Not small ones, so that's what we could be catching. Just keep feeding that net. So I'm thinking, just don't worry about it for the minute. Literally feeding that. Just a pinch of that. Loose fed over my other line, just they're not fished it yet, just want to get a bit of bait in there and I'll loose feed that. Go there, they could do that one there if they come there. It's got a nice little strip line of that tree. In line of that tree is nice dark waters, you can see all them little dinks. Some of the bites have been so delicate today. It's important to use them trimmers like 11s and 13s. 11, 12s, 13s. Just make sure you've got your float dotted to where you need it to be. Signs there, indications. It's a good thing. Like I said, I've only looked on this line yet, I've not looked back on the aerator. I haven't looked on the other line, maggot line. I haven't looked short yet on maggots. Just want to time that so we just drop on it, don't go on it too early. come through this beck because you're fishing mainly on like a plateau. It's quite shallow everywhere, so it's like 4 foot. You might spook the fish, they might not be deep enough for them just to really get comfy in your peg. What might happen is they might scatter. Might scatter out your peg. Oh, that was a little dink then. See, so it's not nice and steady. I wasn't moaning about it, but an awkward pet to fish this because you're always at angles, but that's a bit bigger one. It's a bit older fish, that one. I think that's a stocky one. But that's it. What I'm going to do now, literally just going to keep going with this. I think we're going to be fishing magnets now. Keep going them in. That's what we're fishing. Hopefully it comes good there, but like I said, I'm just going to persevere with this now. Tick over, see what I can catch. And then try and have a little catch up later on, but it's going to feed everywhere. Make sure we're not leaving places unmarked because unfed, because you might have to drop them on in a minute. I've seen that there too, a little refeed. We caught one, and we caught two nice and quickly after it, so. And again straight away, so that's a bigger fish, that one. So they are like, look, one from like next to nothing. Three in the bank. Nice to feel this is the difference between pellets, I think. Pellets are quite slow and just steady away fishing, but you can have runs like this. There's a run now, look, it's going to be a bigger one, that one, look at that one. So that's why I've changed that aerator line just to maggots, because look at the size of that, it's like 2 and a bit pound. Top lip as well. Like you can have a run there, it's just got £4. And there's many 3 chucks, so it's the beauty about maggots in winter. When they start eating them, they eat them. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to carry on what I'm doing, probably come back with like an hour to go, maybe, see what's going matter, maybe a little bit different if you can start catching short or something. But definitely will do, come back on that. Right, so coming up to just over half an hour left now. And we've caught really well on that maggot line to the left. We've actually been able to loose feed some fish. Nice big F1 again. We've actually been able to loose feed across there on that maggot line, tapping a few bits in. Double maggot, 4/12. It's been lovely. But now we're just gonna have a little look short. Not died up on that line, but I just want to have a look short because I've caught a few there as well. So again, all I'm gonna do is just look to feed like 10 bits of maggot, 10 maggots. Drop it in on that line. Let's see how we go about it. I think we got up to like 17, 18 bigger F1s. We've got up to that, and then we've had a few stockies and stuff on that line. It's been really good. But one thing of it today is really important, is keeping hold of your rig. So one thing I've found is keeping hold of that rig, and that last, as the bait just settles down to the bottom, has been key. I think because the water's so clear. Because the water's so clear, the fish are watching it. So literally, it's just been, had all sorts of sizes, big ones, ones like this size, nice size, and nice big scales on him in. Well, that's been key, that has. Just literally nothing really complicated, just a nice simple rig, 4/12 strung out. Try and get my maggot on. Strung out nice there. And all we've been doing, literally getting like that many maggots, putting them in our pot, topping them in, flip the rig in, hold on as long as we can. Make sure it's nice and tight, and then we've been getting a few bites like that, but it's been an enjoyable day today. Focus on the line there. Let's take that off. Stuck me maggot. Laying it out all the time. It's important to use that back shot. Make sure it's like arcing round. Like the best way to do it is just keep that back shot level with the water. See, there's a bite on the drop there. It's really important just to keep that rig in position, but like when your float's going through the water, be ready for it as well, because there are sharp, short indications, little stabs on the float. You need to be quite quick and hit them. That's why it's worth concentrating when you're fishing with it. Concentrate when you're fishing. See all them little sharp jabs and stuff. But like I said, that left hand line about 30 metres, been really good. Been able to loose feed a few maggots on that. Same again, cod pot and same pot. It's the same rig, same depth over there. We've got away. There's a nice little dink there. Got away with just feeding a little bit. There's a lot of fish to the left. When on the maggot on the aerated line, it didn't really go. We had an hide, which is strange. I'm on the drop again. If I miss another bite, I'm just going to come back and feed again. I don't really know what's there now. So all I'm trying to do is just keep that float still. Let my back shot do the work. And then you see a little sharp dink on as it settles again. I'm just going to literally flutter a few in over the top. So try and send any back down at there. But it's been a lovely match. got like 16, 17 big F1s. Look at this one. Oh yes. Look at that one. A ghosty, mirrory one. Lovely. Mint fish in that. But I say dead simple. And mint that in a few hours, just it's gone out. Getting cold now though, so I'm struggling to hook my maggots. 2 maggots on. See him again. Turning the pot again. Really good at the last stage of this match. It's just been steady away. We've not had to like try loads of different lines that we've had to before. And we were a bit worried about pellets and stuff. We've literally come here and on the left hand line. Had the odd chuck to the right. We did catch a couple of fish, but never felt as productive as these 2 lines are. Now with the light going now, this is like prime time for catching any fish short. Feeding it all day, just chucking bits and bobs in. And when I've gone on it, there's a few fish there. Be dead patient, don't feel like you have to rush just because you're catching it really well. Literally it's starting to rain now. That's a nice fish, that is. That's a proper one, that one. The original. It's a nice fish, big size. When they come short, you can really do a weight quickly, but we'll try and have one more and then we'll catch up at the end of the match to see what we've had. But oh no, it's starting to rain. One more before I get soaked. It has been so important that just holding that rig still. I think because the water's gone so clear, because obviously it's winter time, fish have stopped feeding as much. The colour out of the water just flies out of it, and you can see probably like 2 foot down. I think the fish are just watching everything that's falling through the water, and then some are inquisitive and nosy and they come towards it and snatch at your bait. It's important just to keep everything still. So it's one of my favourite ways of catching this maggots from the short pole. This time of year, just sitting there now, like a little pimple on the float, and yeah, let's just stab like that. What? Just throw a few in before we net them, just to settle them down. And the big ones, you see them when the light really starts to go, these big F1s come to the party. And then that's a big one, isn't it? Look at that one. Christ, you couldn't swim. That's huge. Big 3 pounder that, gotta be. Massive head on him. But, so what we'll do is just try and catch a few more. I think it's only probably like 10-15 minutes left, so just gotta try and catch a few more of them, and then we'll catch up at the end. Right everyone, we've weighed in now. We've actually weighed 90 pounds, so we've had a brilliant day's fishing. 53 pounder big F1s and the rest stockies. I think it's 36 or 37 pound and a few ounces together or something like that. But it's been a mint day's fishing. I'll just show you where I've caught. So best line at the end was short poles in line with that tree there, 7 metres out. But then there's a white tree there in line with that 13 metres, just catching a few maggots. That was really good. We also caught a few this way in line with that tree, but that line's been the best line other than short. So it's actually been second in the match, that. So we won Canal, but we've been second in the match. Stretton's fished amazing. There's been £103. I think James is on peg 6. He's had a load of big F1s, old ones, so he's had a brilliant day. He's fishing 40 fish, something like that. He's had a fantastic day, so well done to him. I think Christian's been third. He's had 85 on there on peg 30, and then I think the lad on peg 6 on Canal was second with £69. So it's fishing really well at the minute, Weston. It's so enjoyable. But taking away, maggots is really good after that. Pellets, we didn't catch on pellets. We caught a few fish on pellets early, but maggots is really good. Catting a few in, keeping it tight, and nice rigs, 4x12 through the water, 6-inch hook length. It's just been perfect, catching a few big old ones, but some stockies as well. So that's a little insight to a match. Normally we've got a few clips there for you, but if you're looking for something a bit more, these want you a bit more in depth, you can see the whole match as it goes through, where I explain about catching loads of fish. Then check out my members channel, the link below. There's loads of footage on there. The average match is probably like an hour and 40 minutes long, an hour and 50 minutes long of live footage, talking about what's going wrong. If someone's going wrong, we leave it in there just to see how I try and go about it and try and change it up and keep catching. Some days it goes perfect, some days it goes wrong. We've had a few go wrong. Aston Air was one of them. I went straight in, fouled up 4 fish on the bounce, left it in there just because I was just show you what I tried to do to counteract it. But no, they're not like my normal live matches, these. But just a little insight for you. I've had a brilliant day here at Weston. Caught loads of fish, loads of bites. So I'm gonna go and have a pint with my old fella in the clubhouse now and get ready for Christmas tomorrow. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like what you see, don't forget to give the video a like and a comment below. But if you're looking for something to improve your fishing a little bit more, or really enjoy watching live matches, or learning about new methods, or just general real in-depth match reports, don't forget to check out my members channel in the description below.